आपको दिखाऊंगा, इलेक्शन कमीशन को दिखाऊंगा। और अब इन्होंने क्या किया है कि अब हम बिहार का पूरा सिस्टम नए तरीके से करेंगे, वोटर डिलीट करेंगे और नए तरीके से वोटर लिस्ट लाएंगे। हिंदुस्तान में इलेक्शन चोरी किए जा रहे हैं, ये रियलिटी है हिंदुस्तान की।
Meanwhile, the government has been defending the exercise, saying that it's the correction of the voter list and the opposition has been disrupting the parliament unnecessarily.
और भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने जिंदा लोगों को मारा है। उनकी वोटर लिस्ट उत्तर प्रदेश की देख लीजिए, जिसकी हमने 18,000 वोट जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के इशारे पर इलेक्शन कमीशन ने और उनके अधिकारियों ने डिलीट किए थे। तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग जीतने के लिए प्रशासन का साथ, सरकार का हस्तक्षेप और इलेक्शन कमीशन का सहारा लेते हैं। और बाई इलेक्शन उत्तर प्रदेश का उदाहरण है, जहां पर हम लोगों ने इलेक्शन कमीशन को टैग किए वो वीडियोस, जिसमें प्रिसाइडिंग ऑफिसर ये स्वीकार कर रहे हैं कि हाँ, हमें टारगेट दिया गया था, हमें इतने फर्जी वोट डालने हैं।
Meanwhile, voices of dissent have also emerged from within the NDA camp. BJP ally JDU, one of their MPs, questioned the entire process. That was Girdhari Yadav, who in fact said that the time for this entire revision is not enough.
बरसात के दिन में जब खेती का दिन चल रहा है, आदमी को हमको कागज पत्र जुगाड़ करने में 10 दिन लग गया। मेरा बेटा अमेरिका में रहता, कैसे साइन करेगा 1 महीना के अंदर में? तो कोई व्यवहारिक है कि जबरदस्ती हम लोग पर थोप दिया। अरे कराना था तो 6 महीने का समय देता, पहले से करा लेता। ये तो एकदम कैसे होता है ना, कोई तुगलकी फरमान है चुनाव आयोग। लेकिन आपकी पार्टी से क्या मतलब? हम अपना व्यक्तिगत विचार दे रहे हैं। हमारा बेटा अमेरिका में कैसे साइन करेगा, आप ही बता दीजिए। अपना भी हम एक्सपीरियंस बता रहे हैं। पार्टी से सब हम पार्टी के साथ हम तब हैं जब वोट डालने जाएंगे। बाकी मेरा तो कुछ स्वतंत्र विचार भी है ना। पार्टी को खिलाफ का क्या बयान है? सच्चाई यही है। अब सच्चाई भी नहीं बोल पाए तो एमपी बने काहे के लिए हम?
From the parliament, let me take you to the assembly of Bihar, where the ruckus, in fact, of the opposition came together. The Mahagathbandhan, wearing black clothes, today took on the Nitish Kumar government. Vote Hamara Adhikar, voter list se naam katwa rahi sarkar was their charge in the assembly of Patna as well. Remember, the session there is going on. It also led to a very heated debate between Tejasvi Yadav and Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, who then resorted to taking Tejasvi Yadav back to the days of 2005, before 2005, when his father was in fact the Chief Minister. Mother and father served as the Chief Minister in the state of Bihar. This has become one of the big issues. Opposition has upped the ante after the Election Commission informed that total 52 lakh voters have been removed from the list. Now, how did the Election Commission come to this figure? Remember, 25th is when the Election Commission completes at least the forms, sending the forms and getting that information. And on 28th is the very important hearing in the Supreme Court. The Election Commission had said that 52 lakh voters have been in fact taken off, or 52 lakh voters removed from the list at this moment. Where are these 52 voters coming from? 52 lakh, 26 lakh voters migrated to different constituencies. So they have migrated to other constituencies within Bihar or maybe outside as well. Apart from that, there are 18 lakh voters which have been reported dead. So the dead reporters have been also cleaned from the electoral list. The Election Commission has also informed 7 lakh voters are enrolled at 2 places. So duplicacy has also been removed. That's what the Election Commission's argument, at least for these 52, in fact, voters are concerned. The Election Commission has also said that the forms are pending from about 21.36 lakh voters from the total electorate in Bihar. So 52 lakh gone, 21.36 left, and there are still 2 days left as far as this entire collection of the form process is concerned. Now, amid the opposition's uproar, top government sources have informed NDTV that there is going to be no discussion on Bihar special intensive provisions as far as the parliament is concerned. The issue, remember, had triggered a heated exchange, and I also want to tell our viewers that the argument of the government is that the Election Commission is a party and which is not represented in the parliament. The government can't defend the election commission. It's a different body, and hence a debate of that nature cannot be conducted where the election commission is not there to defend its entire exercise within the parliament. So this is going to be one of the key issues, not only in the elections of Bihar, but also, ladies and gentlemen, in the coming days as far as this question of the parliament is concerned. Let me very quickly bring in for further discussion on this Charu Pragya, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Dr. Karuna Sagar, spokesperson of the Congress Party, is also with us. We also have Dr. Shyam Kumar, RJD spokesperson. He'll be joining us in a short while from now. And Mr. Niroha Yadav, JDU spokesperson, is with us as well. Thank you so much to all of you for being with us on the broadcast. Let me start by asking you, Charu, one of your own ally, and it is being represented by Mr. Yadav here, the JDU spokesperson. You heard Mr. Girdhari Yadav. He is a member of parliament from the JDU. He said that even my son cannot come back and sign it. This is an ill-timed exercise, should have given more time. A similar sentiment that the election commission in the Supreme Court has also expressed on this drive. While they did not stop the election commission, but they did question the timing and, of course, the time frame given to complete this entire exercise.
Ankit, good evening, and a very good evening to all our viewers as well. At the outset, let me begin by reminding everyone that the Supreme Court has not given any stay on the process of the SIR. But let's pick up all the issues that the opposition is talking about one by one. They say increase in voters is going to help the BJP. But in last Jharkhand elections, the number of voters increased. Who won? It was the India bloc. Then let's move to Telangana. If they're worried about deleted voters, in Telangana, around 22 lakh names were removed from the voter list. Who won that election? It was Congress again. If they are worried about revision of lists, this happened in Jammu and Kashmir. Again, the India bloc and their allies won. And SIR happened last in 2003. After that, there was a government change. And in fact, it is their government which came into power. So let's remember that this opposition is one which keeps shifting the goalposts. They do not have any basis for the allegations they keep levying every single day on every single institution. They started with saying that the EVMs are a problem. It turned out that the Supreme Court ruled against it. Then they went on to VVPATs. They were raising fingers at the election commissioner. Now they have come up with a new agenda to distract the public from issues on ground. And, you know, we also need to see that why do they need fake voters to head into this election?
What you are saying, Charu, what you are saying, point well taken. But you've not answered what I am asking you. Like you have quoted, you are very right. The Supreme Court has not put a full stop or a stay as far as this exercise is concerned. It has said it is well within the rights of the election commission. But the court has also made some very important observations. And let me couple them out with what your own ally is saying. The question is about the timing. The question is about the timing given to this entire process. A JDU MP is saying he cannot complete that process. His son cannot come. Why such a hurry is a big question, isn't it?
So, Ankit, in 2019, a similar process was carried out in the state of Delhi. In 2020, there were Delhi elections. Why did we not hear any hue and cry at that point of time? Okay, maybe one JDU MP's son is not able to make it, but are we looking at one voter or are we looking at the state as a whole? Because again, I quote, and I'm only going by data given by the Election Commission, 11,000 people are not even traceable. They could be illegal immigrants. They have also found that more than 50 lakh voters could not be found at their addresses. And there were some voters which have deceased. There were a lot of duplicate entries in the name of voters. All of this has to be looked at. So I ask again, why does the opposition need the vote of
There is a difference between duplicate and dual entries. That is what the Election Commission has also clarified. It's not duplicate, it's dual entries. Some people living in some other place as well registered into two constituencies, which they have cleaned in this data as well. So I'm going to come. I have some specific questions to you on this again. But I will come to you.
Sure.
Let me come. In fact, get in the first word from the Congress spokesperson on this, Dr. Karuna Sagar. Let me understand this from you. If 18 lakh voters have died or passed away, what is the problem? The cleanup should happen, isn't it, sir? It is 98% of the people, those who have been struck off this list, are either deceased or duplicate voters. So what's the problem?
Thank you, Ankit. Ankit, this is not a special intensive revision. This is a special intensive rigging. This isn't just an assault on citizen rights. This is an attack on the soul of democracy, with the Election Commission as the willing weapon. From Maharashtra to Bihar, the pattern is the same. Add voters where BJP loses, delete voters where BJP fears defeat. And Bihar is being used as a lab and is going to be extended to the rest of the country when the Bengal election comes or Tamil Nadu election comes or other state elections come. And that is why their own ally, NDA ally, Chandrababu Naidu, is alarmed at this exercise, and he has been questioning the very validity of this exercise. So, you know the demography of Bihar. Bihar has a huge migrant population. Bihar has a huge illiteracy, and not more than 2.8%. This covers 4.74% of voters, 4.74 crore voters who were added after 2003.
Sir, but
not
can I
more
ask
than
you this? Why is there a presumption that whatever will happen in the end is going to help the BJP? Why are you presuming that? There have been other revisions which have taken place. Charu also pointed that out, where the Congress party has benefited or they have come back into government. And why shouldn't the Election Commission strike off the name of the people, those who have passed away, or people, those who are sitting or have their names in two constituencies? What is the problem in that?
Ankit, let me give you a little background to it. In January this year, 4,000 stakeholders meeting were held by the Election Commission, and there was no discussion of the SIR. On May 30th, the Election Commission came with a 21-point agenda, and there was no mention of the SIR. And SIR was announced by a press note. Till today, the Election Commission has not held a press conference and explained. They have just been releasing this data, and I can tell you, I come from the field. My field party workers, they are saying that the BLOs are not even visiting the houses. They are sitting in the offices and deleting the names with the help of
I'll come to you.
the
Like I
BJP
asked
local
an
leaders.
intervention, so I will come to you, but let me get in. And we have seen
but a
that.
quick response
Hold
to
on, Charu,
Congress.
hold on. I will come to you. We've seen the specifics. We have also reported from the ground the process in many places. We have seen the loopholes, in fact, of the BLOs or people not signing and saying that our forms have been registered. All that is there, and that is why the question remains on the process. But let me very quickly get to my other two guests. Nirohara Yadav Saab, I just want to understand from you, आपकी पार्टी किस तरफ है सर, समझ नहीं आ रहा. अगर आपके MP आके बोलेंगे कि हम ही प्रोसेस से संतुष्ट नहीं है, तो मैसेज क्या जा रहा है कि एनडीए के अंदर एका नहीं है बिहार में?
नहीं अंकित जी, हमारा MP जरूर है, लेकिन बयान के दरमियान उन्होंने कहा कि ये मेरी व्यक्तिगत राय है, पार्टी की राय नहीं है. अपने पुत्र के बारे में कहा कि अमेरिका रहता है. अब अमेरिका रहते हैं तो ऑनलाइन करने का भी प्रोविजन कमीशन ने किया है, तो ऑनलाइन वहां से कर दें हो जाएगा. दूसरी बात, जो हाय तवा मचाए जा रहे हैं SIR पर, ये बात मुझको समझ में नहीं आती है. और जो NDA गठबंधन में शामिल हैं, उनको कटघरे में शामिल करने की कोशिश की जा रही है, राजनीतिक मुद्दे बनाए जा रहे हैं. यह मैं बात समझ नहीं पा रहा हूँ. एक ही बात मैं समझा हूँ कि ये मुद्दा इसीलिए बनाए जा रहे हैं ताकि कल चुनाव में हमारी पराजय निश्चित है, तो ये जनता को बताएंगे कि इसके चलते हमारी पराजय हुआ. हम भी इसके पक्ष में हैं कि कोई भी वैध मतदाता जो पात्रता रखता हो वह न छूट पाए. लेकिन हम भविष्यकर्ता तो है नहीं कि बगैर प्रकाशन होने के पहले हम कह दें कि अमुक आदमी या अमुक ग्रुप छूट गया है. जब तक उसका नियम है कि प्रकाशन होने के बाद यदि कोई छूटा है या किसी को हटाया गया है, अगर हटाया गया है तो कमीशन उसको नोटिस देगा।
ठीक है,
नियम
पर वो
कानून
क्या वो
विपक्ष को
प्रोसेस एक
विपक्ष
महीने
को-
के अंदर हो सकती है, और अगर करना ही था तो उससे पहले क्यों नहीं करा, ये एक सवाल है। डॉक्टर श्याम कुमार, लेट मी ब्रिंग यू
नहीं,
इन
नहीं,
ऑन दिस, होल्ड ऑन सर, होल्ड ऑन सर,
ये तो
लेट मी
इसका
ब्रिंग यू।
उत्तर अंकित जी, इसका उत्तर तो कमीशन ही दे सकता है।
बिल्कुल, आप ठीक
कि
कह
हम
रहे
कैसे दे
हैं, आप
सकते
ठीक
हैं।
कह रहे हैं। डॉक्टर श्याम कुमार, let me bring you in on this. The Supreme Court, like Charu was also mentioning, has not put any stay on this. That means the Supreme Court understands that the Election Commission is well within its rights to conduct this entire exercise. Why is the opposition painting the Election Commission's process in a negative light? The Supreme Court will be, in fact, hearing this case on 28th as well. It seems that there is a sense of fear being instilled in the voters.
Ankit ji, actually, I could not connect you in between due to some technical reason. But now what I get all these points and from your question, I tell you very frankly that we are not opposing SIR. We have never opposed. I tell you very frankly that what is a point to be noted to oppose, that is a very, very significant point in the defense of democracy and justice, which Honorable Court has taken note of it. With regard to the timing, with regard to the documents, with regard to the people have moved outside of the state, you know about the systematic problem of Bihar, that is the migration. So it was when it was conducted in the year 2003, there was a sequence of discussion with the political parties and leaders and people of Bihar at large. But this time, all of a sudden, on the 24th of June, it has come. So our apprehension are not in a vacuum. I can tell you the way it is being conducted in the ground. At the ground, you know how many people are receiving. Then we are filling the form. Can you tell me the people are receiving? What will happen? One very, very worry point, which I am pressing that note, point to be noted here, that you are just sending people in Kagaz Patri, these people, Mazloom, the common people are marginalized. What Election Commission will do, I respect Election Commission of India, but what will do at the end of the day, isn't it that it will prove unguided missile? Once election is over, then everything would be settled. So where this democracy will go? I tell you, my esteemed friends and a spokesperson, a leader from opposition political parties are taking, saying something that why we are opposing. These are the core issues. How the people are deprived from right to vote. That is a core fundamental right of every individual in largest democracy.
Let Charu Pragya come in and respond to a few points which have been raised, and let me also add to this, Charu. The Election Commission, this is the same voter list which was used in 2024 general elections. After that, in the preparation for the Bihar election, just before the SIR was announced, the electoral rolls were prepared. Even at that point of time, neither the dead nor the duplicate or nor the people, those who have moved from their addresses, were flagged by the Election Commission. If the basics were not done at that point of time, how do we trust that the process is not vitiated at this moment on the ground?
So, Ankit, one, the Election Commission is working on a timeline that is suitable to them, and before every single election, a cleanup is done. Also, there is a provision for appeals. If there is a problem that the opposition is anticipating today, you're just jumping up and down, and I keep saying this, you keep shifting the goalpost. And I pointedly want to ask the Congress spokesperson this. You talked about Maharashtra, you mentioned Maharashtra. Are you even aware that you have been throwing numbers around like confetti without even sticking to one? Rahul Gandhi has ranged from 6 lakh to 70 lakhs. 6 to 70. Sometimes he says 40, sometimes he says 32, sometimes he says even 70. You can't function like that. And when asked to come for a meeting with the Election Commission, you did not turn up. So that just shows prima facie that all of this is noise, it is distraction, and it is just creating a facade in front of people to mislead people. Ankit, let's go back to the time of CA. Do you remember how the opposition just was up in an uproar for no reason at all? For no reason at all. They spread misinformation. They led people to believe that CA is going to affect them. It's going to affect
Naidu is
them.
trying to spread any misinformation while he is asking for clarity on this as well. Your own allies want clarity. They don't want this drive to become a citizenship checking drive. The Supreme Court has also said that all the 3 other documents like Aadhaar, voter ID should be also included as far as the Election Commission is concerned. What's wrong in that?
And the Election Commission has responded to that, and I'm going to quote them verbatim. The reason the Aadhaar is not included is because it's not a proof of citizenship. The Aadhaar clearly is a proof of residency. Even
But
a
Election
foreign
Commission
national
is not mandated to check citizenship of any citizen.
See,
Neither
when
are
we
they
realize
constitutionally mandated by this. And the Supreme Court also said that
Ankit,
they are not
will
the
you allow-
agency
will
to
you-
check that.
Will you extend me?
Please go
Will
ahead.
you extend me the courtesy you
Please
are
go ahead.
extending to the other? Yes. So, do you remember that after West Bengal election, when a lot of citizenships were checked, there were 16 lakh plus bogus voters to be found, and even the courts upheld that. The courts upheld that. After Operation Sindoor, when there was a drive to check residencies and citizenships of a lot of people residing in India, how many were found to be living here illegally? If there is a lapse and our government is fixing it, and if there is a lapse and the Election Commission is going around fixing it, tell me.
Charu, you are
what
mixing two
exactly
things. I am
is the
sorry, you
problem
are
with
mixing
election?
two things. If the government
You are
is
not.
doing, you are. MHA is responsible for citizenship. Election Commission is not. We can't just keep
And
saying,
Election
you know, that
Commission
if the
cannot
government
be
is doing
cognizant
some.
of an
That,
issue which exists
so
in
are
this
you then
country. Are
saying
you
that
trying
through
to say that,
Election
Ankit?
Commission,
Are you
through,
trying
are
to
you
say
saying
that
through
every
Election
issue of the
Commission a
government is not
citizenship drive is
implemented?
being done?
Ankit, are you trying to say that Election Commission cannot take cognizance of an incident which is glaringly obvious to all of us?
Election
to every
Commission-
single
I am
citizen
sorry.
of this country?
This is not what I am saying. This is what the Supreme Court has said. Election Commission is not the body to check the citizenship, and that is exactly why
And
they have
yet
asked.
the
And
Supreme
what
Court
you are
allowed
saying
the
is what Election Commission will have to
And
present
yet-
in front of
So
the court on
are you
28th.
questioning the good judgment? Are you questioning the good judgment of the Supreme Court in
Supreme
not
Court
putting a
has not.
stay on this?
Election Commission is yet to provide the affidavit in the Supreme Court for not using Aadhaar. They will on 28th. They will have to do it. They have not yet
And they
done
have
it.
given their position. When they come back to the Supreme Court, we will discuss the position of that. But tell
But
me,
you were already-
in their good
you were already
judgment,
espousing
they are
the
not
position.
put a stay. Are you questioning that, Ankit?
You were
Are you
already
questioning
espousing the
the good
position of the Supreme Court and the Election Commission, which they are yet to do in
Are
the
you
Supreme Court.
Are you questioning the judgment of the Supreme Court?
I am
Is
not.
that what you're trying
Charu,
to
don't
say
try
now?
and don't
So
try and
if they
turn
not
it
put a
around.
stay,
Nobody is. I mean,
if-
people are smart enough to understand, but there is breaking news coming in. It's very important, related to the same thing. At this moment, let me very quickly get, 52 lakh voters is what we started with. The Election Commission now is saying 56 lakh voters have been removed from the list so far. This is the latest figure which is coming in. The number of dead have gone up to 20 lakh. And the 28 lakh have permanently shifted out, and that's why 7 lakh have been enrolled at multiple places, and that is why the number now have gone up to from 52 lakhs to 56 lakh voters which have been removed from the list. Let me bring in, my panelists on this quick response. From, in fact, the Congress spokesperson, Dr. Sagar. Dr. Sagar, let me understand from you. Election Commission is coming out and giving out data as transparently as Election Commission can. Charu is right in one sense. While you are making noise and Mr. Rahul Gandhi is making all the noise, in the public, why doesn't he take the pain to go to the Election Commission or write to the Election Commission himself, if it is such a big issue for the Congress party?
Ankit, most of the questions that you raised, the BJP spokesperson didn't have a reply. And they were asking that why Supreme Court has not...
Charu, hold on. I have
didn't
questions for him.
interrupt you. Please
Hold
don't
on.
interrupt me.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
When it comes to Supreme Court, we never asked for a stay. So a stay was not asked, a stay was not granted. 3 documents were suggested by the Election Commission. Election Commission has not been following it. And Election Commission has started with 11 documents. And in Bihar,
Sir, the Supreme
to
Court
have
suggested
people-
those 3 documents. The Supreme Court did not mandate those documents. There is a difference. It's not that the
See-
Election Commission was asked to include those 3 documents. It was a suggestion from the Supreme Court. In the next hearing, the Election Commission will have to give a reason of whether they have or not and why they have not. So let's not present that the Supreme Court mandated the Election Commission to put these documents in the list. Please go ahead.
No, Ankit, I never said Supreme Court mandated. It was a Supreme Court suggestion. They said, why not consider these 3 documents?
Yes.
And the next hearing is going to be on 28, and we have to see what happens. Now, Bihar, half the Bihar is under flood at the moment. The physical condition of Bihar. These 11 documents that the Election Commission is talking about, most of the people in Bihar, they don't possess these documents.
No,
And
so
finally,
are
the
you
BLOs,
saying-
they themselves are filling in forms, and they are asking them
You are-
people to just give them blank forms.
Okay, you are
and
talking
the
about two
PLOs
things,
are
sir.
signing
Two
these
different
forms
things.
sitting in
On one
office.
hand, are you saying that the process, the practicality of the process on the ground is difficult given the situation in Bihar at this moment? Because if you are saying that, then you can't question the intention of the Election Commission, because again and again your party and leaders are coming out putting question mark on the intention of the Election Commission.
We are questioning the intention of the Election Commission precisely because of the timing. You see, 2003 it was done, and after 2003 there has been 10 elections.
But if the
10
Supreme
elections,
Court would have
and
found some merit in this argument, they would have given a stay on this. They haven't.
we never asked for a stay.
I'm not saying you have. I'm saying if the Supreme Court thought that the process in which it is being done on the ground and the timing is not right, the Supreme Court would have in fact given stay. They have not said that. They have not asked this process to be stopped.
You see, Ankit, if you read Article 324, 326, 327, 328, 329, with sections 14, 19, and 21 of the Constitution, and along with the 1950 Representation of People's Act and 1960 Electoral Revision Act, if you just combine these together, the powers of the Election Commission to conduct such an exercise is not absolute. And there has been court cases where they have been rejected. So we have
Again,
to
I'm
wait.
sorry to point that out, sir. All this was put in front of the Supreme Court, but the Supreme Court did not find any merit, and hence the Supreme Court said the exercise can go on.
Supreme Court has not given a judgment, mind you.
But the Supreme Court has not even stopped this exercise.
They have not. They have allowed this exercise, and they gave certain suggestions. But you see,
that's the problem.
bona
The
fide
Supreme
of-
Court, the Supreme
the
Court
bona
is talking about
fide
the
of
practicality of
operations.
this, but you are raising
Your-
questions on the intention. There are two different things. Let me very quickly go across to Dr. Shyam Kumar and Mr. Nirav Yadav for their final comments on this. Shyam Kumar ji, at this moment, the exercise continues. What will be the next step? Are you going to boycott elections? If the Supreme Court also doesn't stop this and the Election Commission goes on, does that mean that you are going to boycott elections, sir?
It is early to predict something like that. We are very positive, they are positive politics. We are working in democracy. 28 is the next hearing, So let us wait and watch what is happening, what Election Commission is going to take their, stand on the entire issue. We have certain fundamental questions we have raised, and we have great sense of satisfaction that Honorable Court has taken note of it. That means the Honorable Court has not allowed to go as it is, not free hand. Election Commission of India, I can tell you.
Okay.
So we are waiting and watching for everything, but our role is just significant in the entire process, in the defense of the people of Bihar
Okay.
who at margin.
Okay.
Who at our margin.
यादव जी, निरवा यादव जी, मैं अंत में आपसे यही पूछना चाहता हूं कि ये प्रिजम्पशन है कि किसका वोटर कट जाएगा, किसका नहीं कटेगा, ये तो किसी को पता नहीं है, लेकिन बिहार में मानते हैं लोग कि बहुत डॉक्यूमेंट स्केयर स्टेट है, तो उस स्टेट के अंदर क्या आपको लगता है कहीं ना कहीं इसका राजनीतिक नुकसान आपको भी हो सकता है?
नहीं, एक तो मैं बता दूं कि 2003 तक जिनका वोटर लिस्ट में नाम है उसको कोई डॉक्यूमेंट नहीं देना है, ये कमीशन का ये है। दूसरी बात जो आपने पूछा विपक्षी से कि ये लोग देखिए संवैधानिक संस्थाओं को न मानने वाले लोग हैं। मुझको आश्चर्य लगता है कि यह केस सुप्रीम सर्वोच्च न्यायालय में है, अब तब भी राहुल गांधी जी दिल्ली में हल्ला मचा रहे हैं और बिहार में हल्ला मचा रहे हैं। तो कहीं ना कहीं जो संवैधानिक संस्थाएं हैं, चाहे जुडिशियरी या कमीशन हो, इसकी अवहेलना करके अपनी बात रखना चाहते हैं।
ओके।
एक बात और कहना चाहते हैं, मैं राहुल जी की बात सुन रहा था, उन्होंने कहा कि महाराष्ट्र में कमीशन से हमने वोटर लिस्ट मांगा, हमको नहीं दिया। अब उनको यह भी पता नहीं है कि जब इलेक्शन डिक्लेयर होता है तो हर पॉलिटिकल पार्टी को इलेक्शन कमीशन वोटर लिस्ट भेजता है कार्यालय में जी, और वो कार्यालय में हर पॉलिटिकल पार्टी को जो रिकॉग्नाइज्ड पॉलिटिकल पार्टी है,
totally out of time. Sir, I'm coming to you. In conclusion, uninterrupted, Charu, 15 seconds to you, then to Dr. Sagar. Please go ahead, Charu, complete your point.
Ankit, it's beyond my understanding that when the government is clearly ready to discuss any issue in Parliament, including that of the SIR in Bihar, why is the opposition creating a ruckus continually? Why not discuss it? Let the whole country hear what you have to say, how the government responds. That is my first appeal. Please let Parliament continue in a way that we have answers which is not wasting money of the citizens.
Okay. Dr. Sagar.
Ankit, the BJP spokesperson is lying here that we are not ready to discuss. You, in your opening remarks, told that the government is not willing to discuss because they say Election Commission is not going to come and defend itself in the parliament. That's why there's going to be no discussion. Today in Bihar Assembly, Tejasvi Yadav, who is the LOP, stand up and was speaking on the issue, and Nitish Kumarji as Chief Minister stood up, intervened, and then there was a ruckus in the assembly. There was no discussion.
Okay. I'm completely out of time on this. I thank all of you for patiently taking all the questions that I threw your way. Thank you so much. I'm sure the viewers will have much more clarity on the position of your parties as far as this entire process is concerned. But one thing is very, very clear, that this is an emotive issue, this is an explosive issue, and it also has a lot of impact as far as the upcoming elections of Bihar is concerned. The government, in fact, sources, I have told NDTV that discussion on SIR cannot take place because the EC is a party. EC is conducting this, not the government. An election commission is not part of the parliament. They cannot come and, in fact, defend their position. And hence, of course, discussion on this cannot take place inside the parliament. There is, of course, merit that the government can't be the defender of another constitutional institution which is conducting this exercise on its own. That's all that I have on this. Quick break. I'm coming back with much more. I will talk to you about West Antarctica. It's a country which nobody else, apart from some people in India, know about. Why? I'm coming back and telling you about this.
The big Bharat-Britain deal is done. India and the UK all set for history. The big India-UK trade deal loading. The biggest Modi-Starmer handshake. With me, Radhika Iyer for NDTV World.
Parliament debate on Operation Sindoor next week. Discussion on 28th in Lok Sabha, 29th in the Rajya Sabha. Kin got wrong remains. Lawyer claims wrong remains were sent after the AI plane crash. The Ministry of External Affairs says bodies handled professionally. Karnataka GST matter, relief for the vendors. Karnataka Chief Minister announces relief measures. ED heat on fashion platform Myntra. Enforcement Directorate's money laundering complaint against Myntra. FDI violations, allegations of worth 1,654 crore.
Presented by Canara Bank. Together we can.
That's huge. That is a biggie. It's out.
Gold Plus Clear Glass. Far ho ya near, सब कुछ दिखे clear.
जनता के पास सवाल ही सवाल है। जवाब ढूंढने को वो देखती है न्यूज़ और देखती है यहाँ तो सवालों का मायाजाल है। ऊपर से ये अलग फाइट है, कोई पूरा लेफ्ट तो कोई पूरा राइट है। बीच में मुद्दे के साथ कौन है, जनता को जवाब चाहिए। इसीलिए सवालों की परेड नहीं, मैं लाऊंगा खबरों की कचहरी। मैं शुभांकर मिश्रा, मेरे साथ देखिए कचहरी रात 8 बजे सिर्फ NDTV इंडिया पर।
कर रहे हो सर, मेरी आप तो एक मेरा Gaikwad is running away from NDTV's questions.
That issue is not before the High Command. It was not discussed so far.
Kolhapuri couples costing $1,300.
The noise we made finally got heard, and it's so nice that somebody took action on it.
Pictures and videos of women that were taken in the Bengaluru metro, now on Church Street and other prominent places in Bengaluru. We managed to arrest both of them.
We are bringing you now, for the very first time, is that the Air India preliminary crash report is out.
This 15-page report into 10 key findings of what really is being said in this probe report.
What's reporting without impact? NDTV 24/7.
Is your business future ready? Join the 13-week strategic ESG certification program for business sustainability and growth for CXO and business leaders by NDTV, Terry, and Zenora. Master global ESG frameworks, gain real-world tools, and lead with impact. Starts August the 23rd. Enroll now and power your business with sustainability.
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio. Expert insights, real.
Have you heard of a country called West Arctica? Well, the embassy of this country is situated slightly away from the diplomatic enclave in Delhi. It's in the satellite town of Ghaziabad. This embassy had everything. High-end cars with diplomatic number plates parked outside the embassy. Diplomatic passports, picture with state leaders and foreign currency. But surprise, surprise, you won't find West Arctica anywhere on the world map because the cars with the diplomatic numbers are fake. Pictures with state leaders are morphed. And the embassy itself is fake. The Uttar Pradesh STF have busted this fake embassy in Ghaziabad. You've heard it right. It is a fake embassy. Amazing collection of things have been found from this fake embassy. Look at these numbers. The diplomatic number plates are all fake. High-end cars, currency, Indian and foreign currency as well. And it has been running for a few years at this place. Watches, luxury watches, so and so forth, like a full paraphernalia which will tell you or impress you as if it is a real embassy with flags of that country which are also in fact embossed on that cars. This man that you see on your screens is not a common citizen. He is Harshvardhan Jain, the Baron of West Arctica. And he ran this fake job racket from this very fake embassy, which has now been busted. Amazing the way people, in fact, are turning this kind of scam. And this was running for a very long time as well. Let's listen in to the officials who busted this fake embassy.
ये हर्षवर्धन KB 35 कवि नगर में एक किराए के मकान में अवैध दूतावास चला रहा था और ये अपने आप को वेस्ट आर्टिका, सबोर्गा, पोल्विया, लोडोनिया और इसके अलावा अन्य भी कई देशों का एम्बेसडर बताकर लोगों से बात करता था। इसके पास से कुछ गाड़ियां भी बरामद हुई है जिनमें इसने डिप्लोमेटिक तरीके की नंबर प्लेट्स लगा रखी है जो किसी भी जगह से अप्रूव नहीं है। लोगों को प्रभाव में लेने के लिए, उनसे ठगी करने के लिए, उनके दलाली करने के लिए ये कई सारी मॉर्फ फोटोग्राफ का भी इस्तेमाल करता था जिसमें इसने अपने आप का कई गणमान्य लोगों के साथ में मॉर्फ फोटो भी बना रखे।
Uttar Pradesh STF has busted a fake embassy in Uttar Pradesh, Ghaziabad. Police has arrested Harshvardhan Jain, the person who was running these fake embassies. As you can see behind me, this is the house from where this embassy was running. According to the Jain, he was consulate of micronations such as South Arctica and Saborgia. However, police said that the main activities of Jain is running Hawala racket through shell companies. Police has recovered 44 lakh cash from Jain and also seized 4 vehicles which has a consulate number and also found some many documents of foreign countries. Police said that he Jain himself forged an image with Prime Minister Modi, President and other dignitaries to identify him as a consulate of these micronation countries. However, police has already registered a case against Jain in 2011 for satellite phone. Police is saying that they are investigating the matter, and Jain was arrested for running these fake illegal embassies in Uttar Pradesh, Ghaziabad. This is Ashwini Kumar for NDTV.
After Jagdeep Dhankar's sudden and abrupt resignation as the Vice President of India, now all the speculation is about when will India get the next Vice President. Let me tell you, the Election Commission has set the ball rolling on this, and very soon the country would have a new Vice President. In fact, the preparations are on, says the Election Commission, for the Vice President elections. The preparations have already started. The Election Commission has is saying that the schedule will be announced very, very soon. The notification is likely in the next 2 to 3 days. The Election Commission says that bound by statutory timeline, once the schedule is announced, and the law allows 14 days for filing of the nominations. Sources have also said that the new Vice President is likely by the end of August. How is the Vice President elected? Let me also tell you, once the process will start, remember, the Election Commission will issue a notification as far as the election of the Vice President is concerned. The Electoral College then elects the Vice President. And who are the Electoral College? MPs of both the houses are allowed to vote for the Vice President's election. The Electoral College is 788 MPs, both of Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. The MPs mark their preferred candidates elected by proportional representation. So election is done by proportional representation system. Voting is secret. It is via secret ballot, and hence India by August end should get the new election commissioner. I beg your pardon, the Vice President of India. Let me go across to my colleague Akhilesh Sharma, who is joining me with more details. Akhilesh, the buzz, of course, Election Commission has set the ball rolling, but is there a buzz around the likely names or the region from where the new Vice President can come in? I'm sure the process will only begin of consultation after the Prime Minister is back from his visit.
That's correct, Ankit. In fact, there is no discussion on any names for the future Vice President of India. But of course, there are some indications about some parameters, because they are not looking into names or regions. But the first priority has to be, it has to be a non-active Vice President. They don't want to repeat a person like Jagdeep Dhankar, who was proactive and very kind of a very political Vice President. So they have learned from their mistake. That's what sources are telling us. And they do not want to have a Vice President who is politically active. So it has to be a neutral person, a low-profile person. This is what sources are indicating. And the second priority, of course, has to be the person has to be familiar with the parliamentary democracy and with the systems, how the parliament and the Raj Bhavans run. So it could be somebody from who is a governor or a former minister or a sitting minister. Anybody can be that person. Of course, the third point comes about the politics behind it. So the government would like to send a message as far as the choice of Vice President is concerned. So we have to wait and see what kind of name emerges as the choice of the government as far as the Vice President post is concerned. But now the Election Commission has issued a notification in the sense that they have acknowledged that there's a vacancy and they have started process for the election of the next Vice President. And sources have indicated that there will be a freeze of the voters list when the voter list is compiled. And after that, there will be a committee to look into the past experience. And after that, a returning officer will be appointed. Right. And then the election will be announced.
Akhilesh Sharma, thank you so much. Like Akhilesh was, telling us, it will have a lot of, combination and permutation of things, whether, caste and the messaging, the political messaging, whether it is for the South or West Bengal or for the upcoming Bihar election, a lot will be, in fact, riding on who is the new Vice President of India, especially in the way the last Vice President demitted office. Quick break at this moment. On the other side, monsoon mayhem continues across India. Many states suffering because of waterlogging and other places, including the national capital. I'll get you some pictures of that from across the country. Stay tuned.
Hello, Moto.
Moto G96 5G. All eyes on you.
तू ही तो है जिसकी सच्चाई वाली क्लैरिटी की वजह से मैं आज यहाँ हूँ।
गोल्ड प्लस सिल्वॉक्सी मिरर्स, ऐसी क्लैरिटी कि आपको सिर्फ सच नजर आए, चाहे कितने भी साल बीत जाएं।
A 36-hour non-stop flight by a small pack of B-2s. A lot of other aircraft were also involved, we know that. But let's talk about the B-2 flight itself. They took off from Missouri. 36 hours later, they landed back without once landing. They delivered their bombs 18 hours later over Iran and then came back. How was this possible? Because the Department of Defense says at no point of time on this 36-hour journey was there any reason to believe that they were either detected or reacted to?
Well, they weren't detected, because if they were, then they'd be in some serious trouble. It's one of the most unbelievable missions, one of the most historic long-range strike missions. There were 7 B-2s, which by B-2 standards is a fair number of them. There was deception in the very beginning. There was a sense that some of them were flying west across the Pacific. In fact, they weren't. And even if a few planes were positioned in one area, they were not going to be flying the Pacific route.
That was the big distraction.
On social media said, you see the bombers, they're now flying west, so you know what's coming your way. But no. They flew them east across the Atlantic. There were 125 aircraft in total involved. Refuelers were involved at every stage. There were fighter aircraft which linked up 4th generation and 5th generation planes, 5th generation being stealth aircraft. And then after an 18-hour flight one way, right, they shortly before they struck their targets, which was primarily Fordo, using a remarkable weapon which we'll talk about called the GBU-57, 30,000-pound weapon.
Monster.
Before that took place, there were several land attack cruise missiles launched from American submarines and possibly destroyers as well. Possibly in the Persian Gulf, submarines, they don't tell us a location that could be as far out.
The American media says it was one submarine called the USS Georgia.
So again, location, I'm not sure if that would be Persian Gulf, could be the Mediterranean, could be the North Indian Ocean as well. But this is what I found interesting.
The monsoon misery continues across many parts of the country. Heavy depression over Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and rains in a few of the states because of the depression. Now, take a look, and these visuals tell you how the citizens are suffering. It also tells us once again how we are so far behind in our planning as far as our cities are concerned with dealing with such kind of uncertainties given the climate change and of course what is happening with the monsoon this year. Let me tell you one by one some visuals which have come in which tell you the story of the monsoon. These children that you see, visuals in fact coming in from the national capital. This is national capital Delhi, ladies and gentlemen. There was massive showers and that resulted in waterlogging in many places. In this particular visual, you can see children sitting inside a flooded MCD school at a school in the national capital. This tells you exactly the state and the level of the preparedness infrastructure for the schools for children in our country. Another video from the national capital is of Vinod Nagar area in Delhi, where a man can be seen swimming through the waterlogged road as a mark of his protest. This is coming in from the national capital, Delhi. Now, dramatic rescue operation was carried out in Jammu and Kashmir's Rajouri district after a child got trapped in the middle of a swollen river. The Indian Air Force choppers, in fact, were pressed into action to rescue these 3 people. Madhya Pradesh also under the severe, in fact, depression. Waterlogging is seen in many parts of Bhopal. The visuals show moving vehicles in waterlogged areas. The IMD has predicted a partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain and thunderstorm for the rest of the day for Madhya Pradesh. Let's very quickly give you a sense of what the IMD says, for various parts of the country. The prediction, in fact, for Delhi, there is a red alert. There is going to be heavy rainfall in the national capital in the next 24 hours. Let me take you to Maharashtra, where orange alert has been sounded for many parts of the state. In Goa, heavy rainfall is expected in the next 24 hours. Madhya Pradesh will also be receiving heavy rainfall in many parts of the state. Jammu and Kashmir, there is heavy rainfall, likelihood of flash floods warning which has been sounded by the Indian Meteorological Department. All right, before I go, let me turn our focus, in fact, to the Prince of Darkness has taken his final bow. Ozzy Osbourne, the rock legend, metal pioneer, and the voice that defined generations, has passed away at the age of 76. His family has announced this. Born as John Michael Osbourne in Birmingham, Ozzy helped invent heavy metal in the late 60s with Black Sabbath, the band. The dark, heavy sound redefined rock forever. A tribute from NDTV to the rock legend.
Born John Michael Osbourne in Birmingham, Ozzy helped invent heavy metal in the late 60s with Black Sabbath. Their dark, heavy sound redefined rock forever. He found solo success in the 80s, creating iconic hits and cementing his status as a rock icon.
I mean, people say it was great with me, but it's wonderful, the feeling I get off them kids. I love the feeling that they give me, It just feeds me, It's like food for my soul, And, I've been saying I want to retire. I'll never retire. I'll be always doing something with music. It's what I'm here for.
Despite battles with addiction and health, Ozzy reinvented himself time and again with hits like Crazy Train and Mama, I'm Coming Home. And in the 2000s, the Osbournes brought him to a new audience, turning the heavy metal madman into a beloved reality TV dad. Osbourne was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2019. He performed his final concert with Black Sabbath for the first time in 20 years on 5th July. With Abira Dhar, Bureau Report, NDTV.
Keep rocking, rock legend Ozzy Osbourne. Thank you so much. That's all the time that we have in this edition. I will see you tomorrow, same place, same time. Thank you for being with us.
The big Bharat-Britain deal is done. India and the UK all set for history. The big India-UK trade deal loading. The biggest Modi-Starmer handshake. With me, Radhika Iyer for NDTV World.
गोल्ड प्लस ऑप्टिमिस्टिक रिफ्लेक्टिव ग्लास लगाओ, धूप की गर्मी को दूर भगाओ और बिजली का बिल भी बचाओ।
The big Bharat-Britain deal is done. India and the UK all set for history. The big India-UK trade deal loading. The biggest Modi-Starmer handshake. With me, Radhika Iyer for NDTV World.
आप
been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I'm bringing that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti, also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
India's IT capital is always bustling, a city full of startups, stories and surprises. And I keep you ahead on all the Bengaluru buzz.
But I'd like to start this off by asking you, Vishnu, what you think about the whole question of India not having stealth fighters right now.
It's a huge
Everyone's
problem.
trying to sell them to us as well.
It's a huge problem, Shiv. Let's face it, in as much as we love the Rafale aircraft and the Indian Air Force is completely vouching for it, perhaps they'd like more than 100 more. The Indian Navy has just gotten into an order for 26 Rafale M aircraft. There is a generation gap between the Rafale and the stealth. There is a good reason why a stealth platform is called a 5th generation aircraft and a Rafale is a 4th or 4.5 generation aircraft, and that is low observability. So in as much as the Rafale has brilliant sensors, both in terms of its radar, its defensive suite, its electronic warfare suite, its towed array decoy system, it is not typically a low observability platform in quite the same manner in which a stealth aircraft is. Its design form is different. And therefore, if Pakistan does have low observable aircraft, which would be the J-35, in fact, the first ones might even start entering service or coming into the PAF ahead of entering service at some time this year, then India is in trouble.
So
Why?
this year? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first could actually start coming in this year. They're really pushing for.
Hello and welcome to the Southern View this evening. News-packed hour ahead on the show with Vasudha and me. Namaskaram, namaskara, bagunnara, nallarkingla Vasudha.
Vanakkam Peera and namaskar to all our viewers. The special focus this evening is the big political face-off in the parliament today over Bihar electoral rules.
We'll also focus on Karnataka going ahead with another socio-economic or caste survey. Is it even needed? But let's take you through the headlines first.
In the Air India crash, disturbing update has come. A lawyer representing families claims that at least 2 UK families were given the wrong remains. However, the Ministry of External Affairs has clarified that bodies were handled professionally, leaving little room for error.
After Karnataka traders threatened to boycott UPI due to GST notices, they met with Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and decided to call off their strike. He assures them relief. Around 14,000 traders had received GST notices.
6 gelatin sticks and detonators found at a busy Bengaluru bus stand. Police investigation is on with the bag that was found with explosives outside the bus stand toilet.
Well, the top focus this evening, Vasudha, it's a story you've been following very closely since this morning. The fierce political face-off over Bihar electoral rolls dominated Parliament today.
That's right, Veera. The Election Commission's Special Intensive Revision of Electoral Rules in Bihar has triggered strong